Today I messed up by adding someone on Facebook instead of asking for her phone number. As a heads up, I do struggle with anxiety, so talking to new people has always been an issue for me, so much so that I have never had an adult relationship, but I had to laugh at this in the end because of how stupid of a move it was, haha. Anyway, there is a beautiful girl in the store near me, been in a few times, and each time I wanted to try and get her number but spoke to her past the till, as it's usually busy when I go in first thing or just before it shuts after work, or my anxiety is so bad when I see her outside I just tend to stick to myself and not say a word, at least not first if that was to ever happen. So anyway, I'm at work myself later on, no customers to deal with, so I scroll Facebook/Reddit as you do. Stupid me saw her come up on Facebook, and knowing her name from the till receipt I knew it was her, so I hit add friend. Didn't take long before I saw that she had declined it, and I just thought to myself, what a complete idiot. Lesson learned, I'm going to be single forever, ha 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 ha. Today I messed up by swallowing my AirPod Pro. Let me start by stating that this is the most idiotic thing I've ever done, and it started with a bad habit. I need to listen to spoken word to fall asleep, YouTube/radio etc., so I used my right AirPod to help me drift off whilst giving my other ear the pillow. This will never be happening again. At stupid o'clock this morning, I was dreaming that I was taking my daily vitamins, exhilarating dreams for me, and I remember feeling what I thought were two vitamins in my mouth, but they were stuck together. In my half-asleep state, I tried to dislodge them with my tongue. Failing, I reached for my water and took a large gulp to get the vitamins down. It took some doing. The pain going down my throat woke me up properly, and I realized my rather expensive mistake. I bolted up towards the bathroom to make myself sick. No dice. I cut my throat trying in my panic. Nothing was dislodging the bastard. After about 5 minutes, I gave up and had to wake my partner up. He woke up in a daze thinking the dog had eaten my AirPod, only to see my tomato face covered in sheer panic and tears. He very calmly called emergency advice services for me, whilst I tried to induce vomiting again. Cut to an hour later, I'm sitting in A&E, in a rougher part of town, stuck in a cubicle, in a hospital robe, arse showing off to the world, just had an x-ray, and listening to the dulcet tones of the local drunk threatening the nurses for daring to be kind to him. My midnight munching habits have gotten me into some trouble. To add insult to injury, every time I burp, the AirPod connects to my phone. Technology is openly mocking me at this point. After 3 hours waiting, enduring the drunk's nonsense but lifted by a very lovely nurse telling me stories of others' stupidity to cheer me up, I am seen by a doctor. Recommendation: it's gotta come out the opposite way it came in. Eat lots of fiber. Cue a day of eating as much fibrous food as I can to get the AirPod out of my stomach and into my digestive tract. Finally, 15 hours after this faux pas, it's out. It's still charging, connecting, and currently wrapped up in a disinfectant-saturated cloth. Getting geared up to buy a new one. There are some things that you just can't forget where they've been when you stick them in your ear. Shout out to the incredible NHS for helping me in dealing with my utter incompetence at being a sane human being. These kind and selfless folks have my highest respect and gratitude. Today I messed up by making my mom think I'm a horn dog. This particular fuck-up is the result of two events, one today, and one about a month ago. I, 21F, am living at home the summer before my senior year of college. I work as a babysitter for a local family, often starting in the early afternoon. Last month I was scheduled to start around 4:30, so I was going about my day and took a shower and decided to bring my vibrator with me for some fun before I cleaned up and went to work. I did my thing, no issues, put the vibrator aside, and took my shower. As I was getting out, though, my mom yelled through the bathroom door that my brother left the gas tank of my car empty and I needed to fill it up before I left. Shit, I didn't have time for this. I had to throw my clothes on and rush out of the bathroom, totally forgetting the vibrator. In fact, I had no clue I'd left it until that night when I got home. My mom just sat next to me on the couch and said, "Don't leave your toys in the bathroom next time." I was so embarrassed. But an adult daughter accidentally revealing she owns a sex toy isn't that bad, so by today, I was pretty much totally over it. And then today, I was going to jerk off again, had my pants pulled down and everything, and my mom walked right into my room. I don't lock the door, it doesn't lock, but she didn't knock either, she never does. Now, I was under the covers, so I wasn't exposed, and I tried to play it off. But she wanted me to try on an old coat, and she wanted me to stand up so I could see how it looked. I was forced to admit to her that I did not have pants on under the covers and that she'd have to give me a second to pull them back up. This literally just happened. I know she won't mention it, but God, I want to crawl into a hole. It wouldn't be so bad if the two weren't close in time, but I'm so embarrassed anyway. Today I messed up, I left my pink thing in the shower. This happened yesterday, and I still haven't seen my brothers. I live with my mom and brothers. My brothers and I share a bathroom. I was stressed out Saturday night, and decided the shower would be the appropriate place to get clean, whilst getting dirty with myself. Big mistake. I left said object in the shower, and forgot about it. Sunday morning, I wake up, happy to be awake, but warm because it's getting hot outside. I begin to think to Saturday night, and if I put away said object away. The horrifying realization that I hadn't, that my brothers saw said object when they showered for work, and it was there for them to see made me get out of bed, and race to the bathroom. There, hanging on by the smaller appendage, was my pink thing. I walked back to my room, and stayed in bed for the rest of the day. Today I messed up by falling in love with my friend with benefits. My friend, 22F, and I, 22M, met during first year of college. We were in the same class and sat next to each other on the first day. We had the same interests, the same thoughts on mostly everything, so we became close very quickly. Another thing we have in common is that we are both bisexuals. I have always been comfortable with my sexuality and never wanted to keep it a secret. I told her after we've known each other for 2 to 3 months, and she also told me the fact that she is bi. Thanks to that, we became even closer. We started to talk more on other topics. She's a top while I'm a bottom, and we had both ended our relationships of 1 and 2 years. One day when we went out for a drink, she started saying that she's pretty pent up, and has been thinking about the deed frequently. I then said that I feel the same and asked why don't we become FWB as a joke. I thought she wouldn't remember it given that she was pretty drunk at that point. I called her an Uber and sent her home safely. The next morning she texted me back thanking me for sending her home, and saying that she wanted to become FWB if that's okay with me. I mean, we haven't had it for a long time, which we have already admitted with each other, and she's also my type. There weren't any reasons for me to say no, so I agreed. Fast forward to when we decided to meet up. She said that she is experienced with pegging from her previous relationships, so we can do that if I want to. Obviously I said yes. My previous girlfriends never agreed to even try. It was good. No, it was amazing. Our body compatibility was off the roof. She is better than any other partners I have ever had, and it wasn't awkward when we switched roles. After that day, the thought that this might be a bad idea came to my mind a few times, but it was just too good. It has been over 6 months since we started. I've noticed that I can't wait to see her again after every time we did it. Whenever I see her at class, my heart beats like crazy and I lose control of myself. When I don't see her, I want to know what she is doing. I constantly think about her. I know that I'm in love with her, and I'm not a person who can keep their feelings to themselves. 3 days ago, when I had enough courage to tell her how I felt, she sent me a text saying she wanted to meet up. She told me that she is seeing someone and we can still be friends, just not FWB. I wanted to tell her about my feelings, but the thought that everything might change scared me. I congratulated her and left after that. We still talk when we have class together, but she also talks a lot about her lover now, and my heart drops every single time she mentions them. I'm not planning to break them apart or anything. The person she's seeing is really great, and I'm happy for her. It's just that unrequited love hurts, that's all. Now I'm regretting becoming FWB with her. I didn't know it.